guys. Didn't see you there. Well, my name's Roger Boss, and I'm here to tell you a short little story of my life. I was born in Switzerland in 1975-ish and moved to Canada in the late 80s with my family. I was 14 at the time, and I've lived here ever since. I've become what I would consider Canadian as anyone can get. Love the outdoors, love working in the bush and living in the bush, love camping, fishing, hunting, you name it. I'm just out here getting some firewood for my RV, which is where I'm living right now. I was living in an RV trailer. Got a home-built wood stove in there. Unfortunately, it takes short wood, as you can tell. Only takes 7-inch tall wood. But it works. It puts out the heat like you wouldn't believe. So, as Canadian as I get, like I said, I love the outdoors. My dream would be my dream and my goal, I'd love to own a piece of property way out in the middle of nowhere and basically a homestead like in the old days. You know, carve myself out a little homestead out in the middle of the bush and hunt, fish, gather, and grow some vegetables and grow a garden. That's what I'd live off. I'd love to move to Alaska myself, but being Canadian and not being very well off, immigrating to the US or Alaska in that case is kind of impossible. So I make do with what I can, and that's where it's at. So I love hunting. Like I said, I go camping quite a bit, minimalistic. I just basically take a tarp and a sleeping bag, and I don't take tents. I don't believe in tents. You can build a shelter in the bush out of just about anything you got. You know, don't need more. Electronics, don't need them. Of course, I got my camera and my GPS, but besides the camera, I don't need anything. I got the camera for my YouTube channel, and that's about it. GPS, just in case I get lost, or should I say confused, of my whereabouts. Lived in a cabin off the grid for probably about 8 years out of the last 20. Lived mainly on hunting, gathering. Of course, had to buy some groceries, and had a job every now and then where I ended up getting some gas money so I could drive my truck. And same thing, it was wood heated. It had no electricity, no running water. If I wanted running water, I ran for it. Had a well out back, and for electricity, what I did for lights and stuff, I ended up having kerosene lamps and LED lights running off a car battery. Car battery was charged off of an car alternator, which was running on an old lawnmower. That's how I made do with that, just to have some lights, and a little bit easier than lighting a kerosene lantern all the time. And nicer lights too, it doesn't smell. I've done a lot of outdoorsy things, like I do sometimes gather birch sap in the spring to make wine out of, or one of my favorites is birch syrup. Kind of like maple syrup, but it has a wintergreen taste. It's almost overpowering, the taste. Last time I ended up cutting it in half with regular maple syrup just to get rid of the taste, because it was overpowering. It was almost too much. Drinking birch sap in the spring is really good. It's got high in vitamins and all the minerals that you need. Keeps you healthy. And then I do make birch bark tea as well as willow tea, which both have a natural aspirin in it. That's how aspirin was actually discovered, is through willow bark. So I do drink quite a bit of that due to my back problems. I do have a bad back. I have a hard time moving some mornings, and other mornings I'm doing good. Today I'm so-so, but my mindset says I gotta get this done, so I'm gonna do it, pain or not. You know, I'd love to go out and build a log cabin out in the bush and something to live in. That's one of my dreams and one of my goals, but if it'll ever happen, we'll never know. Well, at least not yet. We'll find out later.